Hello and welcome. My name is Gail Moffat and we are on A1R Psychic Radio. And you can find me on gailmoffat.com, or you can go and find me on Facebook, which is Gail Moffat International British Spiritual Medium and teacher. So do find me because it would be lovely to chat with you afterwards. Now, there's been lots of things going on in the world at the moment, and one of them is the Harvey in Texas, which has been quite devastating to many families, and, you know, the loss of your home with flooding is something that is just so awful. And I live in a town called Lewes in England, and in 2000 Lewes was flooded, so I know first-hand experience what that feels like to be in a flood area. Also in South China, in Hong Kong, there's a typhoon, they call it typhoon over there. I don't know why we have the different languages, but anyway. So it's a typhoon over there, and they're struggling as well. And I thought it would be quite interesting to think about things from a healing perspective. And it's not only just the sort of the typhoons and the hurricanes, but it's also some of the, the war-torn countries. It's also the potential disasters that we face in our world. And what I tend to do about once a day, I generally sit for spirit and I just ask spirit to send the light out into the world wherever it's needed. And if there's something particularly going on, I will ask them to send the light to that particular area. So, recently I've been asking for healing for the people of Texas, because I know this is quite a difficult situation. And I think when I think about, this radio station, there's probably a lot of people who are perhaps healers or light workers or psychics themselves. And they would be just so fantastic if you could do the same, because what we all need to do is we need to gather together and send light out into the world so that we can, get rid of the darkness and get rid of the difficulties and create a situation where spirit come through and give that healing to many. Wouldn't that be wonderful? Anyway, so that was just my little talk before we start, and I know that I've got a couple of callers eagerly waiting. Well, I'm assuming they're eager. And so let's go to the callers. Now, first of all, we've got Meredith in Greensboro, North Carolina. Hello, are you there?
Hello, I'm here.
Hello, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm not too bad. I've just got back from North Carolina. What a beautiful state it is.
Thank you. It's perfect right now. It's like fall.
Yes. It's starting to feel that now, aren't we? So how can I help you? I'm a medium and I'm a psychic, so I can connect to loved ones, should you wish, or I can look at aspects of your life.
Well, I'll tell you something I've been struggling with lately, and that is, it's going to sound, I guess, cheesy, but career. I'm a nurse, but nursing isn't really what it used to be. And I also flatter myself as a bit of an empath and a light worker, and I'm just awakening, so to say, figuring these things out and finding my path.
Yeah. Well,
any insight into that?
Yeah. Well, it's really, really common that you see people who are nurses that are also able to open up to spirit. It's really common because the very nature of your job sort of is about helping others, and so you've got that within you. That's and I can feel that about you. You're somebody that's really caring and does like to sort of help people. But I just get the feeling that sometimes that there is, you've been presented with some difficult situations in work. I don't know whether it almost feels like it's members of the public more than the staff. Does that make sense to you?
It does. Mm-hmm.
And it's almost as though you're not treated with respect, and you're not given credit where credit is due. And I get the feeling also that you put in some long hours. Does that make sense to you?
Yes. Unfortunately, with nursing, sometimes you end up choosing between family and patients, and that's a really hard decision because nobody wins.
Yeah. But I just know that it's been sort of long hours and not sort of treated properly, and I get the feeling that it's almost like I can see you sort of throwing your hands up in the air, where you're sort of saying to yourself, well, what else can I do? And I know that you started this conversation talking about that you felt that you were an empath, and my guide is saying to me that you my guide's lovely. I just adore him. He's saying to me that you're a really kind, gentle person, and you always go out of your way to help people. And he's saying to me that you're the sort of person that he's always so impressed with, because it's almost like you've always got time for you always try and make time for everyone, and and you do it with such kindness, he says. But I don't feel that you're necessarily going to be leaving the nursing industry just yet. But what I feel that you have been contemplating in your mind is shifting it around so it works more for you. And I don't know whether it almost feels like taking a different role or different hours, or you're going to be putting yourself first more rather than the industry of nursing. Does that make sense to you?
It does. Mm-hmm.
And I can see you, because you're actually very good at what you do. And my guide is saying to me that you're of an excellent standing within your profession, and I just don't see you leaving it, but I just see you making a situation where you accommodate your family more, and taking on, I feel like you might be even slightly changing your role as well. But I know that this is going to work for you a lot better. And it's going to be, have you got young children? I feel young children around you.
You say something changing around me?
Did you hear that? What I said just a moment ago? I said, have you got young children around you?
I do. Yes.
Because I'm sensing young children around you, and my guide is just saying, it's about them more. Your time is about them, and I just get this feeling that you're going to find a solution with your work, within your working environment, where it fits in with the hours that you need. And I think it may be sort of cutting it down a bit, or changing the job that is just more conducive, so that you can be there for your children. And that's what I feel that's going to happen with you. But also, wonderful. I just want to touch in with the whole idea of the being an empath. He's saying, yes, you are absolutely are, and you came to this earth plane with the faculty of mediumship, and you have got that. And he's saying to me that Oh, he's flattering my ego. This is what he does. He said, "You really must be taught by Gail." But I'm a long way away. I live in England, so and I've often thought about doing some online courses, but that's not in place just yet. But I know that you have got the ability, and he's encouraging you to take up the baton and work with that. Also, whilst I'm talking, I'm aware of a grandmother in the spirit world as well. That and I feel that this is a grandmother on your father's side of the family. And did you know her well?
Not really.
Yes, because I felt that it wasn't a strong connection. But there is something about her that understands your situation at this current point in time. Would you understand that about her?
I would, because people always thought that she was rather odd. And they generally think I'm odd because I have, my crystals and my beliefs and thoughts. And I have a feeling that maybe if she were in our time, she would not have been treated maybe the same as she was.
Yeah, but I also feel that she had to juggle things in her life as well. Would you know that about her?
Well, I mean, she had quite a few children, so I would say so.
Yeah. But I just get this feeling that she's just coming in and she's just saying that she wants to support you through this process. And I feel that she often comes around you when you're nursing as well. And she's very interested in your work. Also, I want to say that I feel that you have healing hands.
I actually have finished a few courses of Reiki and Huna to do some healing touch.
Yeah.
Trying to incorporate that into nursing as well.
I wouldn't be at all surprised that that you would do far better along the healing side of things, although you would have the faculty for it all. But I just feel very strongly with healing with you. Okay, well, Meredith, it's been wonderful talking to you, and I've got another caller waiting.
Certainly.
And do find me on gailmoffat.com or through Facebook.
Thank you.
All right, thank you, Meredith. Bye-bye. Hello, Jody in Knoxville, Tennessee. Hello, are you there?
Yes, I am. Yes.
Oh, hi, Jody. How are you?
I'm doing fine. Thank you for asking.
Oh, good. So I'm a medium and I'm also a psychic, so I can connect to loved ones or look at aspects of your life. So loved ones in the spirit world. Is there a particular way that you would like me to work?
Well, I have just experienced a great loss. My mother passed away back this past June of 2017. So I'm very much grieving for her.
Sure.
For my mother, of course, it was a great loss to me. My father passed away in 2010. He passed away 7 years ago.
Yeah.
So, but I love my mother. I love both my parents dearly. And I'm just wondering what kind of changes will happen to me. Will I be moving from my house?
Right.
Or will I stay where I am? The house I live in has a lot of mold in it, and it's not healthy for me to breathe. But I would still like to continue to stay there if able. But I will have a lot of repairs. I will have to have a lot of repairs done on the house. And I don't know what I'll be doing.
Let me get on to it.
What do you think on that?
Yeah, there's a lot to cover in a short space of time. So first of all, what I want to say to you is your mother and father are standing right by the side of me, and they are together. So that's wonderful, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Yes.
And your father is stepping forward and saying it was so good to meet your mum as she came across to the spirit world. And I
never did. May I say something? I never
Yes.
did forgive him, and it really hurts that I never have forgiven him for leaving us, for abandoning us a long time ago. I need to forgive my dad, and it's very hard to do right now.
Well, he's here.
I have a lot of anger issues.
Sure. Well, he's here with your mum, and I know that he helped her come across to the spirit world, because he's saying to me that when he went across to the spirit world, he's in the last 7 years, he's gone through a real strong process in the spirit world where he's had to adjust and rethink the person he is and what he's done in his life and who he is. And so one of the things that he's found that has been very important to him was to put things right in life. But he's only come to this point in the spirit world. And I know that he was very keen to assist your mum as she comes across. And I know that they are standing together. But your mum, she's coming across to me, and I think she's showing this to me as she was leading up to her passing. And obviously it's quite, when they go over to the spirit world, if they've had a difficult passing or a long drawn-out illness, they often need healing. But she looks to me as though she's quite frail. Would you understand that?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, I do. Yes.
And she's, and I know that she's, it's almost as though she was unable to, I feel like her vision was slightly going towards the end as well. And I know that she was, there was a little bit of sort of frothing at the mouth, and she, it's like I'm going through periods of going in and out of, sort of consciousness. Do you remember that about your mum?
She had dementia when she before she passed away. She was suffering very terribly in pain, and I had to put her in a nursing home a while back in May, and she passed away June the 3rd.
And it doesn't surprise me that she's suffered from dementia, because I feel like I'm not with it as I link in with her. And I know, and I feel that she is going, she's come forward, but I feel like she's going through a process of adjustment and healing in the spirit world. But I know that she was very keen to come forward today.
Is she able to communicate to me?
Well, she's communicated in as much as she's shown me where she was at towards the end of her life, and that came from her. And she's also saying that there was, from quite a young age, I feel that you became quite close with her. Would you understand that?
Yes, ma'am. I was very close to her. She was 90. She was almost 90 years old when she passed away. She was 89.
And I also know with her that she it's like I almost feel like you're sort of like best friends, or like friends as I look at her, and I feel that there were times when she would have confided in you over situations of her life and difficulties. And it almost became like as you got older, you were on an equal footing. It wasn't like a mum and daughter. Does that make sense to you?
Yes, it does. Yes.
And I also I can also see with her that, and I'm going back in time, that I know that there were times when she would have organised cooking for certain events or certain occasions. Do you remember that about her?
No, I don't know that about her or anything, but what I'm doing, I'm trying to about everything, throw away things that she kept. She never did throw anything away, so I'm trying to get myself organized and where I live and throw out a lot of documents, shred a lot of documents that she had, like her old medical bills, things like that.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm doing now.
Yeah, but I know with her that she I feel like I want to go back to it's a big function like a wedding or a big sort of celebratory birthday or something of that. And I feel like she's involved in the organisation and the preparation of it. Does that make sense to you? Yes, it does. And that's where that was what I was getting earlier. And I know with her that she's telling me that she's quite clever as well. And she was quick thinking with her mind, and I feel like I can add up and quite good with arithmetic. Do you remember that about her?
Like I've got her mind about what again?
That she's telling me that she was quite an intelligent lady and she could add up quite quickly and work with arithmetic in her head, do mental arithmetic quite easily.
Not really. I don't think she did it in her head or anything. She, I don't know. I don't remember her doing that or anything. My dad could add up things in his head.
Oh, well, you see, I've got them both together, and it's probably him talking then, because I'm getting one of them has got this good mental arithmetic, but I get the feeling with your mum. She
had a very good mind. I mean, she taught school for a number of years.
Exactly. I feel like she's quite intelligent. She's sharp and quite quick and very quick thinking. And I just get this feeling that she's and she's showing me school reports as well, and writing on these school reports. And she's also she's talking about there's something where you live like that was like an annual fair or something of that sort of like a annual event that takes place in your town or where you live or where she lives. Do you remember that?
No, not really.
It's like I'm going to it, and I regularly go to it. Have a think about that, because I'm getting that quite clearly. This is a memory going way back, because I'm seeing older cars, and it looks sort of like older style of life. Almost like the 1950s or something like that. But I just get this feel. and I feel like there's these dances, and she's showing me like the dances, and I feel like it's like oh, is it the jive or the jitterbug or the just, you know, those sort of dancing, and she's showing that to me, and she's showing me as a young woman. She's quite attractive as well, isn't she?
Yes, she was. She was a very attractive woman.
Beautiful
and
lady.
I have pictures of her when she was younger, and have it on my phone here. So I go back and look at her pictures of when she was younger.
And she's just sort of remembering those dances that she had. Now I've only got 60 seconds left. Is there anything else that you'd like me to look at before we go?
Okay. I probably asked you this, but will I be moving away from my residence, or will I be staying put, or where I am?
I'm being told by my guide that this is still to do with your free will and hasn't been set in stone. But I feel like I'm more drawn to the idea of staying where you are.
Okay. To stay where I am?
I'm seeing paint going on the wall as well. And I feel like there's going to be some painting done on the walls.
Okay.
And it's like there's a coat of something and then paint on top of it.